I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no fuel in it.
Well, ain't got no fuel lines. So, believe it or not, we're actually getting ready to take the bed off this truck.
I don't believe it.
Well, it's going to happen. Not today, but it's coming. So the next problem is when I went to drop the fuel tank off the truck when we was cleaning the frame, I found out that I kinked one of my return lines for my diesel fuel. And you can see this one's not the one that got thrown away, but you can see that one right there was not long for this world. So, yeah, so that's garbage now, so we're tossing that out. So now the other issue is that I haven't used my primary feed lines on this truck for a long time because I've got a lift pump, and when they installed it, yeah, this hose ran from the lift pump up to the engine. This short piece ran from the lift pump to the tank. And I didn't like that hose running the entire length of the truck. Just so happens when I went to replace the fuel lines, I got the Dorman stainless steel kit. And it just so happens about yay far from the pump, there's a break in there and it's got fittings. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do to tie those fittings to my pump and maintain the use of the stainless steel Dorman lines throughout the frame rail of the truck and up to the engine. So let's get started. So let's go under the truck.
You didn't even buy me dinner first.
Yeah. So if you look here, I have these brand new stainless steel lines. Ain't they pretty? And I got a new fuel cooler too because my old one was pretty rusty and questionable. And so the lines actually designed for this fitting right here and this fitting right here to go on each other. There's my pump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the old hose that I took off, and I bought some fittings, and I'm going to loop this. This is the out, this is the in, and I'm going to loop this around and loop this one to here, and yeah, put it all together. So let's get our line set out there and put some fittings on. So what I've got here is I've got the short piece of hose. I say short piece, this is the piece that ran from the pump to the tank. And so I'm not clamping it down in this, I'm just kind of wedging it there just to hold it still. And so the first thing I need to do is we know that we're going to need this end. Okay? So I'm going to put just a little bit of oil here on this. Maybe I will. Well, we might be out of oil on this little dude. Oh, there we go. There's some oil. It came through. So now I got some oil there, so it should be to make this easier to shove this in there now. And actually, what I'm going to do is knock everything on the floor. I'm going to grab a hold of that little right there, just so I can. Well, yeah, got your ring, do you?
Listen, one movie quote I could think of with that thing rolling across the floor.
I should have used a little bit more oil, looks like. It's not wanting to go on. Press down, that was the trick. Instead of pressing over, just press down.
You ate fried chicken today, use your body weight.
Yeah, exactly. So now, whatever you do, don't do what I just done and put that end on without putting this on there first. That was a bad idea. However, I know that I can cut this off That's not our final end, so it's not that big of a deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the other made end off. I don't know how long I need it to be yet. And sneak a couple in from there. And sadly enough, this stuff that I'm using for fuel line, you can just take a good pocket knife. I'm not saying this is a good one, because it's dull most of the time because I beat on with this one.
Oh, hold on, I got one.
I got it. We're through already.
Oh, well.
I'm gonna cut that off.
Are you sure?
Yeah. There we go.
Fingers, you're the only one who hasn't hurt a hand this weekend.
Well, I hurt Dad's hand, so that's supposed to hurt my own hand, right?
So his wasn't self-inflicted.
So I'm gonna put 2 of those on. I'm gonna snake them all the way down the end of this.
Maybe.
Maybe I will. Okay.
Don't worry, you only got about another foot, and then there's some fuel in there as lube.
Alright. So now, those are just the right size to wiggle up on here. Time that thing swelled up, because of me putting the fitting in it, that is tight. It's going up on there, but it is not going up on there very easy, which is good. We're going to call that right there. I'll take these tools right here, on top of it. I ain't got enough hands, Kagan. There we go.
You need an extra pair?
Let's see here. Let me get behind that yellow washer. Now I'm good. And I'm just going to pull it on that and crimp it like so. That right there is not coming off.
Are you sure?
Yeah. And actually I was going to put a second one on there, but there's no way that's going to happen. But I'll leave that on there for the next piece. So now I'm going to go into the truck, get me a measurement on how long I need to cut it off, put the next piece on, and we'll go from there. There we go. Alright, so I ended up taking some of this right here and getting some of the excess stuff off the hose, because there's some dirt and everything else on there, right around where that bang goes on. Now I was able to slip it up on there. So now that I've got it slipped up on there, get those on there like so. And I'm going to put a crimp on it. That right there is as tight as that needs to be. So this piece is ready to go on, and we'll go see how it looks. There. Okay. I might have to do something with that later. Alright. Okay, that one took. That one did not. So I might have to get creative on how to get this one together, but I'll get it. But that's the initial idea right there. So now I'm gonna make the other one. So Dad has got this menagerie set up here, and we've got STP on there. Here, hold that. I told Dad a second ago, got that STP on my hands, and I can't hold my breath. Stuff's slick. But it's going. Let's see if I can keep it going. So we're going to put this one on. And that one's on. I'll come over here. Uh-oh. That one's on. This one's still not on yet, but I'm gonna do something a little different here. All right, after a little bit of work, we got that in there. And so I got both hoses here. They cross because this is my out and it goes out to feed the engine. And this is my in, which comes from the tank. So they loop around like that right there. And I'm probably going to take a couple tie wraps here and tie wrap this up. Maybe not, because it won't matter to be rubbing against that sharp piece then. It's probably just fine like that because they had it strung around the truck, so it's good. It's just resting right there on everything. So yep, if you got the these right here are the Dorman stainless steel fuel lines, and they just so happen to split right there. So I bought this 90, this 90, this 90, and this straight. Used a couple of pieces of the old hose and used me some new strap clamps there, and now I've tied my fuel system into the stainless steel lines, and the stainless steel runs all the way up to the engine. So it's a lot nicer than it was before. Well guys, that's it for this one. Next time you guys see this truck, we'll probably be lifting the bed off of it. So we're going to put some fuel in it and see if we got any leaks anywhere, and if we do, well, that'll be more work. But if we don't, it should run and everything will be good. So
I mean, you could just let it mark its territory.
yeah, how about no? Guys, we'll see you later.
See you guys.